Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra. I'm preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and today is very special lecture. Today I'm going to talk about the reason behind the suicidal death. Why people are committing suicide? What are the reasons behind that? And but before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Mahaprabhupada from ISKCON temple. And I would have to say Srimad Bhagavad Gita is neither religious book nor spiritual book, but in true sense is pure book of science and humanity. And I'm trying to propagate humanity on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's get into this particular lecture in which we are going to understand the reason behind the suicidal death. Actually, our desire, our expectations are only reason for our suicidal death. If something will happen as per our desire, as per our expectation, then we will be very happy. If something will not happen as per our expectation and desire, then we will get a sadness, we will get a distress, and the minute amount of the distress will converted into the frustration, and frustration will be converted into the depressions. So this kind of situation, because this all things will happen because of our desire, because of this maya, because of this material world, because of the material desire, because of this material expectation. The people around us, they would have some kind of expectation on us, and they think that we will have to fulfill the expectation of others. Means whenever we are thinking, we actually have to fulfill the expectation of our parents or our family members. So we just have to understand expectation and desires which never be fulfilled by anybody's. The expectation and desires which can never be satisfied by anybody's. So because the expectation and desires which are dynamic, which will be changed due course of the time. But actually this all the desire and expectation took a birth in our mind. So intelligence, mind and senses, these all are the sitting place of our desire. So these all things are directly or indirectly related with frustration and depression like condition. So the main cause of the suicidal death is the desire, is only expectation, maya. If some of our eyes has seen something, and then it has a it our eyes will develop a desire, our mind will develop a desire regarding to get something which attract our eyes. So this is what actually our desire, our expectations are responsible for our societal death. Even Krishna stated, "Dhyaito vishyana punsah sangasya tu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamah कामात क्रोधो विंजायते क्रोधात भवति सम्मोह सम्मोहात श्रुति विभ्रमः श्रुति हिंसात बुद्धि नाशो बुद्धि नाशात प्रणश्यति। तो फल की आशा से कामना प्रकट होती है, और कामना का तो स्वभाव है असंतोष्टि। असंतोष के कारण क्रोध जन्म लेता है, क्रोध के कारण मोह जन्म लेता है, मोह के कारण व्यक्ति आचार और व्यवहार का ज्ञान ही भूल जाता है। ज्ञान के चले जाने से बुद्धि चली जाती है, अनुचित प्रकार के कार्य होने लगते हैं, और अंत में ऐसे व्यक्ति का पूर्ण रूप से पतन हो जाता है। सो एवरीथिंग विल हैपन बिकॉज ऑफ द डिजायर, ऑल काइंड ऑफ मटेरियल बॉन्डेज विल हैपन because of the material desire, because of our expectation. So Krishna further stated, means when Arjuna asked in Karma Yoga, chapter number 3 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked, अथ केन प्रयुक्त पाप चरित पुरुष अनिच्छनापि वार्षाण्य बलादिवा नियोजित बलादिवा नियोजित। Here Arjuna asked Madhav, however, I don't want to indulge myself in the sinful activities, but what is that force which impelled me to indulge in the sinful activities? So here Krishna answered the questions of Arjuna. Here Krishna stated, what Krishna stated here, Krishna said, Kama isha krodha isha rajoguna samruddha. Kama isha krodha isha rajoguna samruddha. Mahasano mahapapya vignanyam varina. Mahasayo mahapapyo vignanyam varina. Here Krishna said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudan Mukunda Murari Vasudev, Keshi Sudana Govinda. Here Girdhar stated, it is a lust only, it's only desire. Arjun, your desire which impelled you in the sinful activities, only desire, Arjun, which born the contact with the material mode of the passions and later transfer into the wraith. which is all devouring the sinful activities, sinful enemy of this world. Your lust, your desire is the main, the greatest enemy of this world. It means your desire and your expectation is your only greatest enemy. This is what Lord Krishna stated. Lord Krishna further stated, Tumrena vriyate brihadisva tha malena chaha etha balena na avrutoh garvastha tedenam avrutam. Hey Krishna further said, as a fire is covered by smoke, as a fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, as a, or embryo is covered by worm, and the living entity similarly covered by the different degree of the lust. Living entity similarly covered by the different degree of the lust. Lord Krishna further said, Avratam gnanamete gnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya duspurune analena cha. Here Krishna stated, thus the wise living entities, pure consciousness become covered by his eternal enemy in the form of the lust, in the form of the desire, in the form of the lust, which is never satisfied and burned like a fire. Thus, desire, the expectation will never satisfy and is burned like a fire. This is what Lord Krishna stated. Lord Krishna further said, Indriyani manabuddhira adhishtanam uchyate eter vimohate esha jnana avratam deina. Here Krishna stated the senses, the mind and intelligence are the sitting place of the lust. Through them, the lust cover the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilder him. And our desire and our expectation, which definitely bewilder to all of us, and bewilder to all of us, and by which we can indulge ourselves in the sinful activities. And by sinful activities, we are getting a frustration. We are having a material attraction. So by material attraction and material attachment, the particular person will have some kind of depression, and particular person will have some kind of frustration. Actually, prolong the situation of frustration is known as a depression. So this kind of situation will definitely motivate the someone to commit the suicide. So immediately what we have to do, what is the remedy? Here Lord Krishna stated about the remedy to prevent the people from the suicidal death. Krishna stated, Tasmada Indriyani Adu Niyamya Bharat Varsha Papa Prajahiyena Jnana Vijnana Nasanam. Here Krishna stated Jnana Vijnana Nasanam. Here Krishna said, therefore Arjuna, the best of Bharata, in the very beginning, what you have to do in the very beginning, what you have to do in order to curb the great symbol of the sin lust by regulating the senses by your sensory organs. You have to regulate your eyes, you have to regulate your mouth, what you have to speak, what you have to listen, what you have to see, what you have to sniff, and what you have to touch. If you regulate your senses by your five sensory organs, then you can easily overcome from the material desire. You can easily overcome from the lust. This is what Lord Krishna stated. Lord Krishna further said, Indriyani paranya indriyanyam param manaha manastatu para buddhi buddhita parastastu sacha. Yes, late Krishna stated, working senses are the superior to the dull matter. Working senses are the superior to the dull matter. And mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And the soul is still higher than the intelligence. First number is soul, then intelligence, then mind, then senses. If you regulate your senses by your sensory organs, then you can control your mind. If your mind is controlled, then your intelligence will be controlled. If your intelligence is controlled, then your soul will be controlled. You will be steady intelligence. You will get a steady mind. So these kind of things Lord Krishna here suggests in order to, means Lord Krishna further dukesu anuvigdamana sukesu vigatas with raga bhaya krodhas tita dhir munir uchyate. The person who is not fluctuated with his mind, deviated by his mind, even if there is a threefold of the miseries, the person who is not getting too much happiness, if there is a success, the person who is free from the attachment, anger, and also lust, only that kind of person known as a sage of the steady mind. Lord Krishna further stated, Sukh dukhe samay kritva labha labho jaya jayo ततो योता युजस्व नेवम पापम मवापससी. जो इंसान सुख दुख में एक समान रहता हो, लाभ हानि जय पराजय के विचार करिए बिना अपना कर्म करता हो, ऐसा व्यक्ति कभी पाप का भागीदार नहीं बन सकता। ऐसे व्यक्ति को इस जन्म में संतोष देता हो और मृत्यु के बाद अपने अंतर में स्थान देता हो। दिस इज व्हाट लॉर्ड कृष्णा स्टेटेड। So our desire and our expectations are real enemy and are the main cause for our material bondage and also main cause for the suicidal death, for the why people are committing suicide because of the material desire and expectation. So I hope you all can understand. If you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.